Welcome to Home Cooking is for the Birds. Let's just go ahead and get started on this recipe. You will need 1 pound of ground beef or ground turkey. I'm using ground turkey because I have the alpha gal syndrome. I'm allergic to beef and pork too. We're going to start off by putting 1 packet of taco seasoning mix in our meat. And I tried out this hack where you put the water in the little packet and pour it in. And hey, that works great. Less dishes. That's so smart. I'm not sure who come up with that, but it was genius because I always add a little bit of water to that taco seasoning mix. I think it calls for that on the packet. Add 1 can of refried beans to your taco seasoned meat. At this point, turn your stovetop eye or your burner down to simmer. And we're going to add a 1/2 cup of sour cream. I don't measure, guys, but that's what I'm going to guess. That's just a guesstimation. Let's work our sour cream into the mixture, making sure you've turned your stovetop eye or your burner down to simmer. And then we're going to let this simmer for probably about 5 minutes or so. And then we will need a baking sheet. And I went ahead and oiled mine. You don't have to, but you're going to need some parchment paper for this one. Or you're going to have a mess in your sheet pan, which is fine. I have a way to clean that up too, but that's not what we're doing today. We're using parchment paper. Now, I'm just measuring with love here. So if I had to guess, you will need at least 4 cups of tortilla chips. And we had some in 2 different bags, so I'm making sure to utilize those like half bags. Does that happen at your house? I don't know why we do that, but I wanted to make sure not to waste those chips. And then you're just going to drop your meat mixture on top of your tortilla chips. We're going to top this with some cheese, and I have some queso cheese that I had left over in the fridge. I just kind of heated it in the microwave and poured that on top. And then you will need at least 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. And at this point, you can put ever how much you want to on top. Again, we're just measuring with love. Pop this in the oven on 350 degrees for about 5 minutes. It does not take long, depending on the type of cheese you have. I shredded my own. If you buy the bagged kind, it might take longer because they add additives to it to keep it from melting so quick. Now, once you've got your cheese melted, you're just going to top this with your favorite toppings. I'm using some diced tomatoes, some black olives, and a diced avocado. I love making loaded nachos because this is a great recipe to use when you have some of those leftover Mexican favorites, like we had chips that needed to be utilized, an avocado that I needed to use, things like that, and even the queso. So this, again, is a great recipe to use to keep from wasting food. Now we're just going to top this with a little bit of sour cream, and voila, dinner is ready to be served. And these were scrumptious. This is one of my favorites.